This has been a long time coming, folks. What's in this bag, this very lopsided looking bag that you can see right now, are two systems. Two laptops, of course, and these are the two systems that were single-handedly, well, okay, not really, that iMac over there was also part of it, but these were really the big reason why I got back into collecting computers in 2010. I'd been out of the hobby at the time for about 3 years. This is what jump-started it. I was getting these. The top one, I'll go ahead and open this, is the one that I'm sure most people are going to be more interested in, because it's arguably the more classic of the two machines, although you can hardly call the other one not a classic. But when people think of Macintosh PowerBooks, they think of these. This particular unit is a PowerBook 180, and it has not seen power. Forgive the pun, but it hasn't seen power. When did the hard drive fail? That might have been 6 years ago that the hard drive in this one failed, and I shelved it. But it's not the one that we're going to focus on in this video. Oh, it's going to come. It will be getting its own video at some point, because I do have part of what I need to get it resurrected. But I am still waiting on one more piece. Alright, it's coming together. This is the drive that I managed to find on eBay. It's only an 80 megabyte drive, so it's much smaller than what this would have come with. But it was also cheaper by about half than buying a SCSI 2 SD card would have been, or yeah, SD board for one of these would have been. And if I bought one of those, I'd end up with a drive that's much bigger than what this would have come with. So now I gotta remember exactly how this went into place, because it's been so long that I forget. So I think I'm gonna do that off camera. Alright, it is in place. I did need to straighten out some of the pins on the drive before the cable would go into place, but then it's got 3 ears on the back there that just tuck in there, and there's a screw there. There should be a screw that goes through there into the keyboard. Mine is missing. I think there was a reason for it. I don't remember what the reason is. But now what we can do is we can apply power. I don't have the power supply plugged totally in just yet. But we'll plug it into the computer. It seems kind of loose. That's a little concerning. But we will grab the AC plug and plug it into the Macintosh power supply. Are we ready, folks? Well, if it doesn't work, you won't see this video, so I guess you'll know what the result will be before I even power it on. I have big-time goosebumps. Let's see if we can get this keyboard back into place. Sometimes this needs a little bit of finessing. Oh, whatever. Well, crap. Significant change of plan. As you can see, I'm not only using a different camcorder, but I'm also using a different hard drive. You see, these are the two that I originally bought, and both of them are comatose. Seems to be a common problem with IBM drives. I have a 120 megabyte drive that also did exactly the same thing. One day it just wouldn't turn on anymore. So I picked up this one from a different seller, and I really don't know how it works, because it came to here from San Jose in nothing more than bubble wrap. Yeah. But it did. As you can see, it's actually working. The bearings don't sound very good, but that doesn't seem to really matter. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take this drive out, because I have another one on order as well. I'm going to take this drive out, and I'm going to go put it in the 180. So we'll get out the 180, and we'll revive that one. And it's still not going to work, because this is system 701. on the drive, and I don't think the 180 supports 701. I think the 180 is 7.1 or newer. So I don't know what this would have come out of. Probably like a 170 or something similar. Either way, let's get that drive out of there. I'm going to put this back in and screw it back into place for when I finally do get the other drive in. And which will be a more close match to what it would have originally come with. And we'll go put this into the 180. Alright, so here we are inside the 180, which I've opened, and now installed the hard drive, which I hope, yeah, it's the right one. Because these are the same drive, and this one is comatose. So, actually, this is a word I do happen to like. And speaking of liking, I would like to impart some wisdom on you when you're opening one of these up. You need to be very, very careful. And that is an understatement. Because there are a lot of little brittle pieces of plastic that have screws that go through them or in them. And you can see one of them is even broken on this one. It's not my doing, it was like that when I got it. But all of these standoffs are known to break. And when you break them, you'll be in for a world of hurt. I might be in for a world of hurt here because I think my camera is about to run out of battery. But either way, you can see I've installed the drive. See the RAM card as well. That is in fact a 10 megabyte RAM card, and that's kind of interesting. So this thing is maxed out. Some idiot out there who feels the need to mod their truck with fart can, but anyway. The other thing to worry about is this connector right here, which goes to the rest of the system. If you see there, might have to turn on the video light for this, but now that connector right there. Let's see if we could turn on the light without killing my battery, which is probably a fool's errand. Yeah, there we go. See? That connector right there needs to plug into this board. It's very difficult to do that. But it will need to be done. So, again, I'll be right back once I've got that all taken care of. So we can power this machine up. Alright, we're back together. Now the question becomes, how do we power this? Because the power supply that I was using with the machine previously, I'm now using to power my speakers. So I could grab that back, but I also bought this on eBay. This is a genuine Macintosh PowerBook AC adapter for a PowerBook 100 series laptop, and what's more is that it'll actually have the correct tip for this laptop as opposed to the one that I was abusing to try and power it earlier. So it should actually have much cleaner power going to it. Okay, let's see what it does. This thing hasn't seen power in so long. Okay, there's our hard drive. I'm sure this isn't going to work. You have to wait for it to initialize here. Eventually we'll get the notice that we are looking for, that it won't boot. So let me get my System 7.5 disks. Okay, so we're not totally out of the woods yet because the floppy drive could have easily failed, but we'll give this a try. I'm going to just install System 7.5, certainly on this machine. Okay, this trackball is definitely not working very well. But that is a common problem with those. I might have to look into that. Maybe I'll have to see if I can find another trackball or something. Of course, good luck with that. Okay, so we're definitely booting from the floppy. It sounded like crap, but I remember it never sounding particularly great. So we'll see how long this happens to take. System 7.5 doesn't actually give you a loading progress, or maybe it did. But it wasn't the Mac OS logo. You had to get 7.5.3 in order for that. Speaker just turned on. Oh yeah, we do have a loading bar. Bunch of dead pixels on this display. There are 3 of them. I don't remember how many there were before I put it away, if it was 3 or if there were fewer. Well, maybe the trackball's not working as badly as I thought it was, but it's still not really... Every once in a while it sticks. I'm in the speakers again. Welcome to 7.5. Yeah, this trackball is not working as well as it probably ought to. Somewhere around here I've got an 80B mouse, but oh, look at this. Virus farm? Oh, that could be bad. Or maybe I'd want to save what's on there. I'm going to override the default and choose a custom install if it'll actually let me do that. So let's see. I've got to remember I'm limited to 80 megabytes. That's 7 megs right there. I don't need printing. Probably don't need networking. Go ahead for the utility stuff. And the multimedia. Maybe I'll go for the compatibility. Fonts. Menu items. Do I need the compatibility? What's in there? PC Exchange. Probably don't need Macintosh Easy Open. We'll install the control panels, and that's it. So that's a 16 megabyte installation on an 80 megabyte disk. We'll go ahead and install. You get fingers. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if that's a bad thing or... Of course, there's no activity indications or anything. I'll come back when it does something. Okay, I turned off the fan, so maybe you can actually hear the hard drive a little bit more now. There we go. Hear the hard drive working. It just head parked. Every once in a while it will do something. So we'll come back and wait till it does something more. See, now I would have figured that it would have done the format first, but I guess it doesn't automatically do that. Like I said, I have not installed this probably close to 15 years. And it's been a while. So we'll see how long it takes. Okay, recommendations. Unfortunately, if you take a look here, it looks like we're developing some tunnel vision. At least I believe that's what that particular symptom is, or what they call that, the ailment. So, went ahead and hit continue, and then the machine hangs. And it's definitely developing tunnel vision. It didn't look like that before. I wonder if it's just because of the brightness being all the way up. Probably shouldn't have had it all the way up. You can turn it all the way off, too. Isn't that hard drive thrash? Installation was successful. I'm going to quit the installer. Come on. Yeah, this mouse is not really working that well. So eject the disk. Reboot. Shut down the hard drive for some reason. Oh yeah, we got tunnel vision going on like crazy. Look at that. Looks like almost like it's got burn-in. Wonder how that would happen. On an LCD panel. I think I actually have the video output cable for this sitting around here somewhere, though I think it goes to a proprietary DB15 connection, and I don't actually have a DB15 to VGA adapter on hand. It's loading. Camera focus just lost the plot. Here we go. And that's a common problem that plagues these machines. So we got our little bar down there, and all of the data is still available. So if we go ahead and we take a look here, if we can. We now got an hourglass. Take a look at about this Macintosh and see what we've got going on here. Which is cool. So I'm going to play around with this for a little bit and see what's on here, among other things. Well, I haven't really explored any of the data, and I'm certainly not going to do that on this video, but it looks like this hard drive would have last seen use in 1996. And perhaps that's why it still works. Either way, with the exception of the unfortunate tunnel vision that seems to have developed, the machine is working great now, so something actually went good in this video. And I am extremely pleased to have arrived at this. Again, even though we've got the tunnel vision going on, at least the machine itself works. That is all I really could ask for. So, thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. Don't have a floppy in the drive. This is CP666 signing off. Hope to see you next time. Till then. Time for a postscript on this video. So we'll come back over here to the 180, which is still set up. Give this camera a little bit more light to work with. It's not usually my style to go through somebody's documents on video, and I'm really not going to do it here. Other than to say that I think the original owner of this hard drive, which is actually over here, is fairly interesting. I just document this for historical purposes. So when it does actually boot up here, I am still waiting on one more hard drive for the 520C. I don't know when it's going to get here. Could be Monday. It could be, 4 months from now. I really don't know. Given the, at the time I'm recording this, the current goings-ons in the world. It's really a mess. But anyway, I want to open up one of the programs, because I happen to find something very interesting in the registration information. You can see I haven't renamed the drive just because it doesn't seem to want to let me rename the drive. And this mouse is definitely not really working that well. It's got a bunch of dead spots. In fact, it might even be getting worse. Like, I didn't try and rename it here. And just watch, now is when it'll actually work. Yeah, now is when it'll work. It wasn't working earlier, so I probably did something wrong. Either way, let's go ahead and open up Microsoft Word, because this thing actually, if I can actually get to it, because the mouse is being a pain, has a copy of Microsoft Word. It's actually got a copy of Office. I see Excel in there as well. I don't see PowerPoint, but it does have a copy of Word 5. If I can get to it again. Oops. Come in here and load Microsoft Word. I want to show you something interesting. Take a look at the registration information. So, yeah, apparently this thing actually has some history, in theory, assuming that that is actually who owned this in the first place at all. And I think that's pretty cool.